plus 1 over 8 less than or equal to x over 2 minus 3 over 4. Okay. What type of, what is it? Very good. What type of inequality is it? Correct. Perfect. So what is recommended to do here? Exactly. Eliminate fractions. What is the smallest number that will eliminate all fractions? No, because it's not divisible by 8. Yes, indeed. So we have to multiply by 24 over 1. So this becomes a 4x, this becomes a 3, this becomes a 12x, and this becomes 18. Now this is more human, I hope you agree. I will move 12 to get negative 8x, and I will move 3 to get negative 21. Negative 12 plus 4 is negative 8, and negative 18 minus 3 is negative 21. And then I have to divide both sides by negative 8. But now I have to stop and think for a moment. What do I need to do? Correct. So in interval notation, negative infinity, 21 over 8. Next question. We will have to solve all of them. It's just that we're not going to be able to finish today. So,
You didn't put this one.
I'm sorry?
You didn't put this one.
Oh, that's true. I did not. I said, I know. I don't know. I'm thinking of the next problem. You're right. Thank you. Thank you for catching that. My apologies. Yeah. No reason, no excuse, none whatsoever. None whatsoever. I said it, but I didn't do it. I don't want to confuse anyone when anyone looks at this to make sure it's cleared. Sorry about that. Thank you. To be. Okay, where is to be? To be. Yes. So negative 3 less than or equal to 2x plus 5 divided by 3 less than 6. This is a compound inequality, which means it's two inequalities, but we hope to be able to solve them at the same time. That would be the most efficient way. Any suggestions? Yes, everything, all three sides by 3. Very good. Negative 9 less than or equal to 2x plus 5 less than 18. Next step. Subtract 5. Very good. Negative 14 less than or equal to 2x less than 13. I subtracted 5 from all three sides. Very good. Negative 7, 13 halves. In interval notation, negative 7, 13 halves with parentheses. Very good. Next question. We can go back, we can go forward, whatever you want. Which one? 3. You said 3? Very good. 3, the difference quotient. So we're given a function which is f of x negative 2x squared plus 7x minus 11. And we're asked to find the difference quotient, which you do not have to memorize. It will be given to you. But if you understand this, you know half of the next class. By the way, I forgot to tell you that. Difference quotient is half of the next class.
Calculus.
Of calculus, yes.
What if you take statistics?
Then it's not. It's not. It's not part of statistics. Okay, so we're asked to create, put together, and simplify. What do I have and what do I have to work on? Because I don't have it yet. I will, but I don't have it yet.
Yeah, that.
I do. Excellent. What do I need to work on?
Age.
Not at all. I can't do anything. I cannot stretch it. I cannot do anything to it. So then the only piece that I don't have is, okay, look here. Piece number 1, piece number 2, piece number 3.
You don't have piece number 3?
I do. It's just little h. I can't do anything to it. Which piece I don't have? Exactly. This one is what I don't have. This one needs work. That one is not as easy as you think it is. Because x plus age takes the place of x. So this is nothing I can do to it. This, nothing I can do to it. But this needs work. So how do I find f of x plus h?
Minus 2x squared.
Minus 2. Say it again.
Xh.
But this is not product.
X.
Xh is a product. But this is, what do I have to do to this? Yes, and what else? Yes, very good. Plus,
7x plus 8.
in parentheses, and minus 11. This needs work. Okay, what do I have to do first? And I'm only going to say 3 months and a half, and you know what I mean now. Yes?
X squared
Yes?
plus 2.
Very good. Wow, awesome. I can't even speak. That's all I needed to hear. Thank you. One more step, because I want to distribute this negative 1. I'm sorry, negative 2. Negative 2x squared minus 4xh minus 2h squared plus 7x plus 7h minus 11. All this, one more time, is this piece. So now in order to put together the difference quotient, I have to copy this long thing and subtract. Careful. When I subtract all these terms, what happens to the signs in front of each term? When I subtract this quantity. Minus, minus, minus. This changes into positive, this changes into negative, and this changes into perfect. Awesome. That's all I need to know. So this is negative 2x squared minus 4xh minus 2h squared plus 7x plus 7h minus 11. And then please dictate. We just said.
Plus
Good.
X squared minus 7x plus 11.
Very good. Whenever we determine and simplify the difference quotient for any function, 2 things must happen. What is the first thing that we discussed must happen?
You must find the missing piece.
No.
The h is canceled.
Yes, that's the second one.
Oh.
That's correct. But it's the second piece. All terms without h must go away from the top, because if they don't go away, eventually we will not be able to simplify the h in the denominator. So if the terms without h do not go away, something is wrong. Do they go away?
Yes.
Indeed, they do go away. How many terms are left? If they don't go away, something is wrong. How many terms are left?
3.
Yes. What do they have in common?
They don't have h.
They must have something in common. Because if, exactly, and we have to pull it out. That's the way we get rid of this h. So those three terms, please tell me what is left in parentheses.
Okay.
Negative 4x.
Minus 2b.
Awesome.
Plus 70.
Plus 7.
Very good. And this is negative 4x minus 2h plus 7. This is the difference quotient, which is the rate of change of a function at a point where certain conditions are fulfilled. But you have to wait for calculus for that, for the conditions. Next question. Questions, please.
Yes.
Yes. Which one?
Let's go to number 4.
Let's go to number 4.
Piece 1.
Number 4 is a piecewise defined function. Good. So if you remember, this function, or the piecewise defined function, whatever number of branches it has, they cannot overlap. So please remember that. So we have f of x, 4 minus x squared for x less than 1, and x plus 5 for greater than or equal to 1. What do I have to determine from the very beginning?
The,
Yes,
um,
yes. For any function, or the domain, in other words, for any function, when I'm asked to graph, I always have to start with the domain. Correct. That's correct. Good. So this signifies negative infinity 1. And obviously this signifies 1 to infinity. So now let's establish what is the domain of this function. The domain of this function is negative infinity to 1. It has 1 and everything from 1 to infinity. What would be the domain of this function?
Infinity to infinity.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So I have to have 0 and definitely 1 in the chart, because at 1 something very important happens, meaning the function changes from one branch to the other. I have to put the symbol of the parenthesis facing this way and the bracket facing that way. I know that here the function is 4 minus x squared, and here is x plus 5. Now forget about this function for a moment and just let's focus on 4 minus x squared. Can anyone tell us what is the graph of 4 minus x squared? We've been dreaming about it for a long time. It's x squared, and then what? In order of operations, what do I do next? I flip, and then move up 4. X squared, negative x squared, up 4, correct? So then I know this graph. It looks like this. And you will cross, right, at positive 4, and it will cross the x-axis at negative 2 and 2. So which x values would you like to pick? Well, I will definitely pick negative 2. When I plug in negative 2, what do I get here?
0.
Of course. Please plug in 0. We know what we get. Very good. Now, I cannot plug in 2 because 2 is here. But I have to plug in 1. Very good. Awesome. Now let's plug in 1 on the other side. Very good. Let's also plug in 2. 2 plus 5. Okay, so now we're ready to graph. -2, 0, 0, 4, and 1, 3 with an open point. 5, 6, 7. And this is 4. Okay, so 1, 6, full point, and 2, 7. And here's the graph. Can anyone give us the domain? I'm sorry, forgive me. Can anyone give us the range of this function? Correct? Yes. Perfect. Indeed. That's it. We can
Should the-
still, yes?
Never mind, I see it.
We can still go back to B and C on page 1 if you want, whatever you want.
We should do 6.
You want to do 6?
5 or 6.
5 and 6, very good. So let's continue with 5. Let's read 5. In 1980, 21%. In 2010, 27. That's what I care about. 1980, 21%. In 2010, 27%. Okay. Assuming the relationship between year, X represents the number of years after 1980. What does 1980 represent if X is the number of years after 1980? Excellent. Thank you. And percentage of college students who are liberal is linear. Linear. Find the linear function that fits the data. Also find the year in which, assuming the model still holds, the percentage of college students who are liberal increases to 50%. Okay. What am I given here? Correct? So what is this information? What does it represent?
The number of students
Yes,
who are liberal.
yes, in 1980. And this one, the percentage of students. And now it increased in 2010, it increased. Good. So what is this? What are these? We're talking about linear. What can I be given?
Points.
Exactly. Whenever I talk about linear, right. So can anyone give us 2 points?
0, 21. Liberty, 27.
Exactly. We are given 2 ordered pairs or 2 points. What do I have to determine first in order to find the model?
So,
Exactly. So M equals 27 minus 21 over 30 minus 0. 6 divided by 30 or 1/5. Measurement unit. What is the measurement unit coming from the top?
1.
The measurement unit coming from the top.
Percent of liberal students.
Good. Per the measurement unit coming from the bottom.
Years.
Thank you. So it increases by 1/5 per year, or 0.2. The percent goes up by 0.2 per year. Perfect. So now, remember I have two options. Y equals mx plus b, or y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. Which of these two models is the easiest to apply in this situation? Yes, why? Because 21 represents exactly what? Represents exactly the y-intercept, b. 21 is b, 0 comma a number. That's the y-intercept. So then y equals 1/5 x plus 21. Now, we're asked to find in which year the percentage was 50. What am I asked to do now?
Plug in 50.
Yes, for which one? Where?
For X.
Not for x. X is 50% is not the time. 50% is the y. So yes, 50, 1/5 x plus 21. Is that clear, everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Subtract 21, so 9 equals 1/5 x. Multiply by 5. X equals 145. Am I correct? Okay, years. So it's going to take a long time if the model is still true. If only 0.2% become liberal per year. Okay. Because we have only about 4 minutes left, let me choose problems that require just a blink. Let's say number 9. Age of x. 1 over the square root of 2x minus 1. So please bring this form with you on Wednesday so we can finish it, okay? Okay. We're asked to decompose this into inner, outer. Inner function, outer function. Very good. Very good. Eleven. So this function measures the profit, the daily profit in hundreds of dollars for a company that manufactures computers daily, X computers. How many computers should they manufacture every day to maximize profit? And what is the maximum profit? And what type of function is it? Very good. It is quadratic, so what do I do next? No.
What number are we on?
11. What do we know about a quadratic function? That it can have either.
Max or min. So we're finding the max.
How do I find the max? How do I find the x-coordinate of the maximum or the x-coordinate of the vertex? Nope, that's the x-intercept. That's not the vertex. When I say the function equal to 0, find the x-intercept. Minus b. Excellent. Very good. So this is 23. So I will tell the manager of the factory, listen, if you manufacture 23 computers a day and you sell them, not just put them on the shelf because that's not going to bring you profit, then you're going to have the maximum profit. And then the manager will say, how much? How do I find the maximum profit? So I know to manufacture 23 for maximum profit, but what is the maximum profit? Exactly. Of course. Negative 23 squared plus 46 times 23 minus 360. Of course. Yes. That's
29.
not possible,
No, I'm saying that's 23 squared.
but we need the whole thing. Yeah. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I highly recommend.
You just want the full
Yeah. Yes.
1,000.
How much is it?
14.
So negative 23 squared plus 46 times 23 and minus 360. So you got 16900. It's in hundreds of dollars. So we have to put 2 zeros at the end. So you're going to say to the manager, listen, if you manufacture 23 computers a day and you sell them, your profit, net profit, will be $16,900 per day, which is a pretty good deal.